Hey there. You're probably wondering why I'm making this video. It's because I have something that needs to be addressed. My feelings, my emotions, myself, because far too long have I been letting myself down, have I been putting myself down, and I have been stuck brewing and stewing in my own misery. It's the truth. I can't get over my first love. Okay? And I've told the story a million times, so I'm not going to say it again, but I do want to say a couple other things. Sometimes you will need to go through things in this life that are so god darn hard that you don't know if you are going to make it out alive. You don't know if you could ever feel again. If you could ever try again. If you could ever trust again. Because you feel like that everything that's ever been told to you has been a lie. And it was. You know, because you will have to cut them off. Cut everything off. You know, because the only way to get over a wound, the only way to heal a wound is to stop touching it first. Stop going back to it. Stop idolizing it. You know, because in this life, you're always going to idolize what you don't have. You know, when you get it, you'll idolize always what you don't have. When you're with people, you're going to want to be alone. But when you're alone, you're going to crave to be with people. It will just never be, it will always be opposites in life. But none of that gets me over my own feelings, does it? None of this closes out a chapter. It's almost like I have the keys in my hand and I just can't stand up because I'm not strong enough to actually get up and do something with my life. But today I realized something. And this might be a little bit weird, but it does get you that low. I am alive. I am breathing. I could stand on my own 2 feet. I mean, I could sprint. I could run. I am here. And the devil couldn't reach me, so it took something I love. And it's going to continue to try to reach all of us. Infest your mind with bad thoughts. Thoughts that bring you down. You know, as I look back in time, as I look backwards in time, I see actually I did make progress. As much as I don't want to admit it, I have actually surpassed, completed, and got through 100% of my worst, most horrible times. I did it. Because I'm here right now talking to you guys. The same thing is true for you. You completed every single hardship that ever came your way. You did it. So what makes you really think that you're not going to be able to do the next hard thing, and the next hard thing, and the next hard thing? Because you know what is so amazing about this life? You get to be the story. Isn't that so amazing? Isn't that so you literally get to be the story. And if you want to waste that new paper that is given to you every single day that you get to write on, but you throw the pen across the room because there's no reasons anymore. And everything has a reason until it doesn't. And eventually one day you will wake up and you will find yourself foreign to yourself. Does any of this actually have to do with what we're talking about? It's her. I'll be honest. But I'm happy that it happened. I'm no longer sad that it happened. Because it made me the person that I am today. It made this channel. It made me become more confident in who I am. And who knows what more the push will do for me. But if I could finally unbuckle my seatbelt, unshackle, rip out the hooks, then maybe I could finally start living my life. Because the truth is, real growth looks like loss. And if there is no struggle, then there is no journey. And that's all this life is. This life is a book, chapter after chapter after chapter. And guess what? You need to turn the page. As unfortunate as it sounds, as heartbreaking as it is, as gut-wrenching as it is, you need to turn the page. Because there's more out there waiting for you. Do not sit around and wait for your life to happen, because the truth is, I've sat around and waited for a long time, and I realized a couple things. Your life doesn't happen until you decide to make it happen. And sometimes people will say that you reached rock bottom just because you're just because you're sitting on the rocks. But I found out one thing, Matthew. I'm talking to myself right now. And I've said this before, but my rock bottom will finally be reached when I decide to put down my metaphorical shovel. When I finally decide that I am worth it, that I matter, that I am here, and no matter what I can do, no matter what words I say, no matter how many tears I cry, what's meant to be will be, and what won't, simply won't. For a long time, I thought I would never get over it. The whole thing. As I mentioned, there would be times where I would sleep through the week. And there's sometimes I still avoid living, even today. That's why I'm talking about this. But if you could realize that you have to go through those things in order to make yourself who you need to be, because you can't let who you are stop you from being who you are going to be. Okay, you can't let who you are stop you from being who you want to be, okay? You don't need to be who you were 5 seconds ago. You don't need to be who you were 10 minutes ago, a day ago. Okay, when you're asking yourself, what should I do? What should I do? What would the person you want to be do in this situation? Because the more you struggle, the more, I found this out, the more you actually try to keep people around. Why do the ones we work to keep never actually stay? Never actually stick around? It sucks. It's horrible. There's nothing we can do about it except mope or get up and do something about it, okay? Because worrying does nothing but hurt you. There's no point in worrying about your problems. You can't take them with you when you're gone. So live your life. Try your best to get out there, live, laugh, love again, trust again. Don't let one experience ruin your entire life. Don't just be that sad story. You get to be the story. The whole point of life is thinking you could be better and then transcending into something much greater. Because the truth is, your dreams are overrated. They are. In fact, you could do things that you never even thought you were capable of. You could really go out there and do whatever it is you want to do. The unfortunate truth is, they're never coming back. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't, but it will never be what it was before. Because not a quote, but an example here is dipping your foot into a river, taking your foot out and dipping it back in. Yes, it may be the same water, but you never meet the same person twice. You never meet the same person twice. Over time, things change, you know? Maybe you grow apart, maybe you grow together. It was never up to you. The shots were already called before they were even made. That's the beauty of it. As long as you believe you can, you could. Don't shoulda, woulda, coulda your entire life. Because you shoulda, coulda done it. You shoulda, woulda, coulda done it all. And now you just sit down and you lay inside of your bed with nothing but 4 walls and a roof, if you're lucky enough to even have that. Contemplating what could have been. But that could have, couldn't. And you need to get over that. Because if you can't get over that, you will live the rest of your life in a regret. And let me ask you one thing about regret. And let me tell you one thing about regret. Why regret something you once wanted? It's a good question, isn't it? I ask myself that all the time. But I don't think I regret it anymore. I'm just starting to see that it's better to have been loved than to have never loved at all. Because if I never got broke the way I did, I would have never grown into the person I was today. And I need to be grateful for who I am today. I don't need to, but I should be. But if you should your entire life away, you'll have nothing to show for it. Because you'll always be a what if. You know, what if I gave my all? What if I actually held her hand and gave her flowers? I'm not saying I did not do that, because I did. But I'm just using that as like a Bruno Mars reference, you know. When I was your man, I was listening to that song. This is kind of just a general for everybody. You know, you did your best. You know, and let me tell you something, that it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. They are unhealed. You maybe are 2 unhealed individuals, and a real relationship is not 50-50. A real relationship is 100, 2 separate individuals giving their all. The saying should not be, I take care of you, you take care of me. No, it should be, I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. Because the truth is, there is a reason why I say relationships are not life, careers are not your life, because they are not. If you continue to mope, let me tell you, relationships are not life. Careers are not life. Life is just life, and there is nothing more, nothing less to it. Dating and loving should be fun. We make it difficult now. Forever broken and shattered by an individual. Replaying the final moments, you look back and you don't even want the relationship. You just want you back. You want that smile back. You want that feeling back. Maybe you're not chasing a person, yet you are chasing a feeling, because you are chasing an idea. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you'll never get over it. And maybe that's okay. Because the truth of the matter is, when the book closes, was it a good book? I'm talking about your life. Only you know. It doesn't matter if that person thought everything was going well, or if that person thought everything was going horribly. How did you think it went? That's the real question. Thank you for watching this video, releasing my demons. trying my best to let go of the past one bit at a time, high school first. This situation second. Everybody heals in their own way. There is no right way. No one goes out there and does this life thing 100% correct. There's no such thing as that. Get out there and do, because there is no such thing as trying, because you either do or you do not. Okay? You'll find out one thing. You will find out one thing in this life. One last thing before I let you guys go. That if you continue to say to yourself, if I just had this, if I just had that, I will be happy. Because the truth is, as soon as you get that thing, you'll move on to the next problem or thing. There is no finish line to happiness. There is no finish line to success. Like I said before, without struggle, there is no journey. And I'll tell you another thing. It was never about the destination, because yes, the item is cool. Just like in a video game, once you get the skin, you think you would be happy, but as soon as you get the skin, you show it off for a day, and you realize that everything is just the same. It was always about the journey of getting the item, not actually getting the item, if that makes sense. And I'm referring to an item as I'm not referring to people when I say items. I'm just saying like goals and like just things in life, you know, like if I have a goal to be big at the gym, and then I get to the gym and I'm actually in the progress and I'm working out, it's the journey. And then when I'm actually big and buff, I'm like, damn, I'm big and buff, but I want to go more, or I have another problem or thing that I should work on. It doesn't actually complete my happiness because I'm looking for something else, but it does help with the journey. Maybe I'm just yapping at this point. Hope you learned something. I hope this helped me as much. I hope this helped me. I hope this helped you a little bit. You know, kind of just me ranting about my feelings and stuff. But I really am happy. Let me stop. Get out there. Enjoy your life. And stay positive while doing so. That might be one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys, dude. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.